The most comforting advice I've ever received was from my high school psychology teacher. It goes, the bad news is that nothing lasts forever. The good news.
Let me tell you, it is not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things you're going to do in this lifetime. So whenever you talk about someone who
Self-help influencers on YouTube. They promise you a better life, more confidence, and the kind of success you've been dreaming about. At first glance, it all seems so positive, right? The advice is inspiring, the quotes are catchy, and their personal story makes you feel like, wow, bro, I can do that too. You watch one video, then another, and suddenly you start thinking, maybe if I just follow the steps, I can finally figure out my life. That would make sense. The thought process makes sense. If they did the same, I can do that too. But here's the thing, and this is what most people don't notice. Even when these creators aren't selling you a course or a book, their content often keeps you stuck in a loop. It's an endless cycle of improve yourself, fix this, become more, where there's always another video, another tip, another mindset shift. You're never really done. And that's exactly how it works. The moment you feel like you figure things out, you might stop watching, and that's when their influence means their income stops. My brows are different. Hi guys, my name is Nana, and today we are gonna unpack this world. We will look at why most of the advice don't work long term, why it's not designed to make you achieve anything, why creators more benefit from your dependency than from your success, and why idealization, especially among young viewers, make it hard to think about what they're saying critically. By the end of this video, I want you to see self-help in a new way. To understand the system, the subtle ways it hooks you. Second time, hi guys, my name is Nana. Thank you for the support. Hi guys, my name is Second time. Hi guys, my name is Nana. Second time, yes, so you don't forget that my name is Nana. It's not Nina, please. This is a talkative part of this video. If you're not interested, there are time codes. Thank you guys so much for the support. And this is a previous video. I didn't expect this. It's like 100k plus views now. I'm so happy to be able to connect with people all around the world. And also there are girls, mostly girls. I have one handsome guy following me. All the girls that follow me on Instagram, again, you're so pretty. Like, sometimes, all the time, honestly, I look at the profile pictures and I'm like, no, this doesn't exist. So beautiful. This lip oil is insanely good, guys. This is not a sponsorship, but this is so good. You smell it and it's like, yeah, life is better. Yes, like, slay. If you haven't noticed, this is New Year, Christmas. Anyway.
Eminem. Anyway.
And without further ado, let's get right into it. When I started paying attention to self-help YouTubers, one thing really stood out. Their content almost never lets you truly win. Let's dive deeper into Persephonesmind, or Alessia, because she's a really interesting example of the modern self-help YouTuber. On the surface, her videos feel thoughtful, insightful, and even relatable. She often says quite smart phrases.
No one can ever save anyone else. If you don't want their life, you don't take their advice. Don't be so quick to judge.
Although they are most often banal, there is still the wisdom that people are looking for. Maybe she says things that are obvious, but sometimes it's useful to hear them all over again. When you watch her early videos, there's a sense that she had a mission, that she genuinely wanted to help people navigate life. There is authenticity in the way she talks, in the tone, the examples, and personal life lessons. You can tell she's passionate about psychology, personal growth, and stuff like that. Yes, maybe a big amount of filter on her face, lashes, and doll like who make you feel a little bit unnatural, make it all feel a little bit less genuine, less sincere. But still, I got the impression that she actually wanted to help someone who will potentially watch her videos. And then she got all the money from YouTube and started flexing Birkin bags. Okay, I'm joking. Actually, even her recent talking videos on YouTube have a pleasant vibe. Alessia did not become that same high-value woman who is yelling at you and saying they should treat you like a queen. They are peasants. He has to buy you a Birkin every day. And if he doesn't, that's not love. She often gives smart advice, talks about her personal life and personal experiences that shaped her. She reflects on these experiences in her videos and shares lessons she got from it. That's all fine, but this is something completely different from what we see on her Instagram page. Her Instagram content makes me feel like this woman is totally obsessed with herself. Someone who truly believes they are superior, they have some superpower, who thinks think they are protagonists in every single story in their life. You know, the main character syndrome. Of course, guys, I can't be judging it. I have this. So what? Fucking hypocrites. Self-focused jokes that no one laughs at, Kanye West quotes, and confidence in the fact that she is very intelligent because she plays chess. Whereas on YouTube, the impression is of a calm woman trying to navigate and understand life. On Instagram, we have the one who is confident in her superiority over others. I don't know her personally. This is just the image of her I got from her social media. Maybe in person, she's something completely different. So right now, I'm not talking about her as a person, because I don't know her as a person, you know. I'm talking about her as about an influencer, a YouTuber, a vlogger. UGC. No. You got it, right? Mrs. Alessia has a website where she sells her products. Let's look at this. Subliminals from 10 to 50 euros, Reiki sessions, and a personal call. Let's talk about this. The fact that Alessia sells personal calls with her kind of proves my previous point. She thinks she's better than other people and she thinks that she is superior. Most likely, this woman doesn't have any psychological education. At least I didn't find any information about her actually studying at university to be a psychologist on her social media. Now, you might be interested in psychology, you might understand it on deep level, but if you don't have a degree, you're not a psychologist. The goal of this call, the conversation, is to quote, unlock your full potential together. You pay this amount of money for a call with a woman with average life experience for her to solve your problems or give some advice. An average woman under 30 with average life experience charges this amount of money for a call. I haven't found any information about the length of the call. I think that's really too much. What about her selling Reiki? Reiki is a pseudoscientific form of energy healing, a type of alternative medicine originating in Japan. Reiki practitioners use a technique called palm healing or hands-on healing, through which, according to practitioners, a universal energy is transferred through the palms of the practitioner to the client to encourage emotional physical healing. Reiki is all about touch, about healing other people with the way you touch them. Let's assume it's all real. In this case, you still have to know how to do it right. You have to have maybe some energy inside of you that can heal other people, and of course not every person can ever be a Reiki practitioner. Let's assume there are people on earth who can do that. In Alessia's case, however, it's a bit different. We are talking about online Reiki session where there is no touch at all, so the whole concept is already messed up. Hi, so let's get right into it. Today I am transferring you my energy. You paid a lot of money for it, so close your eyes. Breathe in, breathe out. It will be total silence now. I will send you my energy that will definitely heal you. Keep breathing in and breathing out. Yeah. I'm so done with this. People who pay me and I have to do something for them. Ew. Can you guys like just send me money? We are done for today. Thank you for your money. Goodbye. Have a great life. So yeah, she can just say I healed you, but in reality she did nothing. Her personal story seems a little bit confusing to me. Allegedly to what I found on the internet, she did a lot of plastic surgery. I don't get when people talk about that your energy is more attractive than your looks and your energy only matters, and then they go and get surgeries. Allegedly, she has a child that she left. The fact that she allegedly left her child makes her words and advice a little bit more complicated. Her subreddit, which was recently deleted, is a really interesting place. Maybe it's unnecessary to dive into someone's personal life instead of only focusing on what they post, but also when you're positioning yourself as someone who sells calls for almost 200 euros, your personal story is actually the best example of who you actually are. It is sad, these allegations about her leaving her child, abandoning her child just to live her best life is just sad. Maybe it's just not true, but I think I can't believe that a lot of people on the internet have fake personas. You can't always tell the full story when you're someone who profits of being so perfect and so mature. Either it's sincere belief in her abilities or it's an ego. Decide for yourself and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every single comment till this day. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on this situation. On the other hand, we have Simonesquared, a girl who seems genuine, relatable, and really ready to help. She actually has a psychological education, which is great. She doesn't position herself as a psychologist on her channel, so sometimes we have videos like that, but most of the advice is also not bad. The advice is basic and truly obvious. I say this as an 18-year-old myself, but as we said, sometimes you need to hear obvious things over and over again to make your brain remember them. However, self-help gurus, Simone included, often present their own beliefs as facts. For example, in her video 25 Rules of Life, she talks about the soulmate concept, which isn't really evidence-based. She also talks about karmic relationship, which is not science, but she presents it just as a fact. She doesn't really position herself as a scientist or psychologist on her channel. It would be still nice to mention when something is fact and something is your opinion that can be completely bullshit. In her video 11 Ways to Manipulate Anyone, she kind of divides people into high quality and low quality, which doesn't make her look better. But these are just small things that can be forgiven and forgotten, right? My problem here is with products that make no sense. Digital journals, meditation, and most ridiculous, the so-called the A+ formula, your path towards academic excellence. Simone knows most of her audience is school-aged and she uses it for money. Overall, you can see the content of the products now on the screen. This is basic stuff you can find online on ChatGPT, and you definitely don't need to pay for it. Our previous character, Alessia, also has a journal. It's not digital one, luckily enough, it's paper. Judging by numerous comments on different sites, on Reddit, on Amazon, this journal, it very much resembles another journal, this shadow work journal from TikTok, which I have it. I will show you in the end of the video. Hope I won't forget it in a minute. According to some reviews, Alessia's journal seems a lot like ChatGPT. It's really important to understand that all of this can easily be made by ChatGPT before buying it. My main problem with Simone is her product. I think it's just a way to profit off of high schoolers who watch her, and I think it's just a bit sad. High schoolers aren't that rich. If you're a high schooler, just don't spend your money on courses of influencers online. I'm pretty sure it's not a fact, it's just my opinion, but I'm pretty sure all of this is made with ChatGPT mostly. In any case, let's go on. I'm crazy. Tam Kaur is a person we've already talked about on this channel, but I think it matters to mention her today again. She is a self-help influencer who, as written on her channel, teaches all the girlies how to close the gap between their current self and desired self. Maybe there are people who believe this is truly her goal, but to me, over the years, it simply got into business empire. Her journals, a book, podcast, numerous partnerships and advertisements. If I had the opportunity to make so much money out of social media, I would probably do that too. I'm not sure though. So this, and this, it's okay. And at the same time, it is the best example that these people help you as long as it's profitable to them. Do you think that's okay? Or maybe you should make it a little less obvious that you're doing it all for money? Let's talk about it in the comments and let's move on. Self-help doesn't only exist in YouTube. We have TikTok and Instagram. If your recommendation feed is just advice videos, I honestly feel bad for you. I'm not gonna focus on each creator individually because it's TikTok. One video blows up and after that, who even cares about you? I'm joking. I'm gonna get cancelled, really. It's just that both TikTok and Instagram Reels function on short videos, so focusing on specific people isn't what I wanna do here. Self-help videos on TikTok and Reels are everywhere. Don't listen to them. None of it. Don't listen. All these creators are A. Random people who think their advice fits everyone. B. Random people who think their advice actually works. C. Random people who think they figured everything out at 25. D. Teenagers who think they've understood life but still post lip sync to impress a guy. E. Creators who sell digital products and make money promising to fix your life. Of course you have to pay them to fix your life. Your life can't be fixed like that. I'm pretty sure there are much more subtypes of this creator, so if I forgot someone, please let me know in the comments. I think it's gonna be a really interesting list. So we all need to understand that advice from TikTok, Reels, whatever, It's all trash. Total trash. I'm not even kidding right now. Don't take it seriously. It's a random person you see for 15 seconds and then you forget they even existed. So why would their advice matter? Maybe the girl who posted a TikTok about how to build a healthy relationship went on a first date with a guy and right after paid for the guy. I'm gonna get cancelled. And right after fell for hot and cold games. Maybe another TikToker posted a video with the caption "Be the main character" and then went out treating everyone like peasants because she thinks she is the main character, she is the queen, and then wow, she ended up with no friends and loneliness and depression. Why would you listen to these people? Maybe you're confused with my examples just like I am, but the point is that these are random people with random thoughts. Are you seriously going to live your life based on what some TikToker told you? With short form content, it kind of makes sense, right? Random people, random thoughts. Okay, man, you're right here. But long form is even worse. As with the Wiz with the Wizardliz, someone who has built her career of long form videos, everything may turn out to be fake as well. In terms of self-help on YouTube, everything you need to seem someone who is entitled to give advice is luxury background, and probably that's it. You don't even need a mic, a good camera. You can mostly just sit in front of a camera and pretend like you've achieved a lot of in this life. Of course, there are creators that try a little bit harder. They have a setup, mic, camera, everything. They maybe are really trying to show you that, look, that's what I have, I'm successful. It also matters to remember that all of the people we talked about today are somehow young. A person who is young is an, I think personally 30 isn't entitled to give advice to everyone. Some advice may be valid, but still you're just too young to be talking to all of the world, to all the people in a world and think that you can help them. A lot of influencers who started with genuine intentions eventually become obsessed with chasing views and with the attention that comes with it. They literally get an army of worshippers, so of course they start believing that everything they say is incredibly deep and universally true, and that in their 20s they are already so wise. But wait, I haven't mentioned the most important part yet. We have to understand, for the majority of self-help influencers, all of this is a job. It's not profitable for them if you find inner peace and live in harmony with what you actually need in your life. They do not need you to be independent or capable of handling your problems on your own. And even if you're just young looking up to someone, they do not need you to form an independent personality. They do not need you to be independent or capable of handling your problems on your own. A few of their videos help you and suddenly you're one step away from buying a journal or booking a call with a creator. You willingly give them your money while they don't even think about real help. And maybe you're thinking, girl, I'm not like that, I'm not paying money, I'm not buying their products. And that's already good, but don't underestimate the fact that your views and interaction already equal money. YouTube monetization, TikTok monetization, sponsorships, partnerships. You don't need to send them money directly to make them more successful. What's funny though is that their income depends on your dependency on them. But if I'm being completely honest, it's a little bit worse than I thought. These influencers don't just mislead you, they strategically keep you trapped in a loop where you're never fully healed, never fully confident, never fully that girl. Because the moment you actually become secure, you stop needing them. So they design their content like a maze with no exit. Every sign you are improving leads to a new flaw you suddenly have to fix. Every level up requires another product, another video, another subliminal. They need you stuck, dependent, and obsessed, so the algorithm keeps feeding you their faces, their voices, their promises. And this becomes deeply dangerous for young people, for teenagers, and people in their early 20s who are still building their personalities. When your identity forms around someone else's rulebook, you don't grow, you imitate. You become a copy of an aesthetic, an image, not a human being. You measure your worth by whether you match a stranger's idea of feminine, healed, or high value. And by the time you realize how artificial it is, you've lost years shaping yourself through someone else's insecurities dressed up as a wisdom. This is not empowerment. It's psychological dependency disguised as advice. And the younger you are, the deeper it cuts. If you want to build your life according to someone else's YouTube channel, go ahead. Who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you? I just want to sum it up by saying everyone's life is so unique. So that's the point of today's video. I did not mean to hate, to insult any of the people I mentioned. We talked about their content. I don't know any of them personally, so they may be the greatest people on the earth, they may be the evil, they may be just stupid. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video. I just want to talk a little bit to you guys. I'm talking to camera, but I'm imagining like I'm talking to real people. Parasocialist story time. I met the guy at the gym. Do I have to tell this? I met the guy at the gym. He asked for my social media and then he followed me on Instagram. I went to his profile and there was a caption in his highlights. It was like a repost of his own post to his stories with caption, "I'm so handsome, I'm made by tears of angels." Why he targeted me? Tears of angel, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm really excited. Put thumbs up. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm too excited. I'm sorry. I'm not a creep. See you later. Bye. What about journals? I smoked away my brain.